So I'm joined with Malcolm Radke, the CEO of the Lloydminster Regional Health Foundation. Malcolm, thanks for taking some time to chat with me today.
Thanks for having me on, Jace.
So coming up soon, the Health Foundation is going to be putting on Lloydminster's Gift to Health Christmas Radiothon. First of all, can you just tell me just briefly a little bit about when it's going to be taking place and what people can expect?
Sure. So Tuesday, December 15th, just under 2 weeks from now. As you mentioned, it's our annual Christmas Radiothon. It's our second year doing it. Last year we raised 50 grand for the Pyxis medication dispensers in the hospital. This year our goal is 200 grand, looking for various patient comfort items and basically connecting isolated senior residents and hospital patients with their loved ones through the COVID lockdowns.
So can you just go a little bit more into that? $200,000 is what you're hoping to raise this year with the Radiothon. Can you go a little bit more into what that money is going to be used for?
Sure. So yeah, $200,000 total is our target for the day. Biggest item on that list is a piece of medical lab equipment that basically lets us upload fluid samples instantly for quicker diagnosis with specialists in Saskatoon, as opposed to currently what they do, which is couriering them. So that'll come at a price tag of $50,000. Outside of that, it's a lot of, like I mentioned, patient comfort items and items for isolated residents in our senior homes across the community. Portable oxygen machines so they can potentially leave the facility for an outdoor visit with loved ones over the Christmas season. Proper furnishing and plexiglass for the visitor rooms when the visitor restrictions are finally lifted. Towel warmers and blanket warmers for the cold winter nights. Ice machines to help with swelling for their wounds and items like that. Some medical defibrillators for the hospital and for each care home. And then, yeah, just simple flower arrangements that can be properly cleaned and sanitized just to decorate the place in the Christmas spirit. Items like that.
Can you just talk a little bit about the importance of kind of some of focusing on long-term care here in Lloydminster and making sure that there's comfort items and also funding for that?
Yeah, so no question with the recent lockdown announcements, a lot of households, a lot of local residents are under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure right now. And that's especially true for the residents of our local seniors homes. A lot of these individuals have dementia or early stage signs of it. And so for them, loss of connection and visiting with loved ones is makes a tremendous impact on them. Even just having to see their care aides and their nurses decked out in PPE and face shields and a lot of times unrecognizable and can't even see the smile from behind the mask. It's really hard on those individuals, and they're even locked down in their rooms and they can hardly see their next door neighbors in those facilities. So it's pretty rough. It's going to be a really hard Christmas season for a lot of people, especially for those residents and for the nurses as well that are doing their best to take care of them. So we're just asking the community to keep them in mind and consider donating this Christmas season. As I mentioned before, all the funds raised that day are going towards making sure that they're as comfortable as possible and help them connect with their loved ones.
And how are people able to contribute and take part on the day of the Radiothon?
For sure. So the Radiothon there's a digital stream component. So we'll be streaming on our Facebook page, facebook.com/LloydRHF, or our website, lrhf.ca. We'll have a stream on there as well. Of course, they can tune into the local radio stations and the TV stations for updates throughout the day. The way to donate would be lrhf.ca. You can go right to our donation page or the Radiothon page. That's the easiest. Of course, we are accepting donations in person, socially distanced, and by mail, but the easiest and smoothest way is of course online.
And what's it like? This is the second annual. What's it like to still be able to put on this Radiothon, and especially in a year that was so chaotic and there was a lot of uncertainty?
It's going to look very different. Obviously, we're going to be in our office in the plaza downtown. We wanted to stay out of the hospital for everybody's safety and not to encourage any visitors there. So it'll have a different feel. We are set up with a show host properly distanced from guests, and yeah, it'll feel very virtual and digital this year. It was important for us. We lost over the last 6 months half a dozen of our fundraising events. The biggest one is the gala, which is a huge fundraiser for us, as well as muck run in the spring and all sorts of golf tournaments throughout the summer. So it's been hard. The Radiothon is the one event that we can still pull off with obviously a virtual component and less live in-person interaction. You won't see the hospital traffic walking by like you would in most years, but we're just happy to put it on, and asking anybody who would typically support the gala or the golf tournaments or the muck run to consider giving to this event instead.
Well, Malcolm, thanks for taking some time to talk with me today. I really appreciated it.
Yeah, Jace, always appreciate the chance to chat, and really looking forward to the Radiothon, and really appreciate you guys covering it for us.